Wednesday is here, and it's a great time to pause and acknowledge the journey we've made. Theme 1 of our morning prayer invites us to express gratitude for having made it this far, strong and healthy. Too often, the hustle and bustle of the day blinds us to the small victories and ongoing blessings that accompany us. Thinking of Wednesday not just as the middle, but as a successful bridge between the beginning and the end of the week is a powerful perspective. Being grateful for this half week means appreciating the energy that propelled us, the dedication we applied to our tasks, and the resilience that allowed us to deal with the initial challenges. It's acknowledging that despite the obstacles that may have arisen on Monday or Tuesday, we are here, standing tall, ready to continue. Gratitude for strength is not just about the physical strength to get up and follow through on our commitments, but also the mental strength to stay focused, the emotional strength to handle interactions, and the spiritual strength that sustains us. Being healthy at this point in the week is a privilege in itself. Often we only realize the importance of health when we are lacking it. Therefore, taking a moment to be grateful for a body that works, a mind that thinks, and a spirit that feels is an act of profound humility and appreciation. Taking a moment on Wednesday to express gratitude serves as a positive reinforcement. It helps us combat the fatigue that may be starting to set in and renews our enthusiasm. Instead of focusing on what is still left until the weekend, we focus on what has already been achieved and the ability we had to get here. It is an affirmation that we are capable, that we are blessed, and that we have the support we need to move forward. Cultivating this gratitude in the middle of the week not only fills us with peace, but also prepares us with a lighter and more positive spirit to face the coming days with renewed energy and perspective. We have reached the heart of the week, and with it often the feeling that our batteries are starting to run out. That's why theme 2 of our Wednesday prayer is crucial. Renewal of energy, a sincere request for the vigor to continue the week with enthusiasm. This is not just a superficial wish, but a real need to maintain productivity and well-being. Think of Wednesday as the point of refueling. On Monday, energy was high with the freshness of the weekend. On Tuesday, we kept up the pace. Now, in the middle, it's time to recharge. This prayer focuses on asking for a boost of energy, which can come in many forms: a clearer mind, a less tired body, or a lighter spirit. Renewal of energy goes beyond sleep. It involves the ability to find motivation for the tasks that remain, the stamina to deal with new demands, and the clarity to make effective decisions. It's a request that fatigue not set in, that discouragement be dispelled, and that each action be carried out with the same passion and dedication as at the beginning of the week. By focusing on this theme, we open up space for energy to flow. We ask for physical strength to fulfill our obligations, but also for mental energy to solve problems and learn, for emotional energy to connect with people, and for spiritual energy to maintain our faith and purpose. May this Wednesday be a turning point where tiredness gives way to a new wave of enthusiasm, propelling us with renewed strength towards the weekend. In the middle of the week, with the inertia of the previous days and the weekend approaching, maintaining concentration can become a challenge. This is why theme 3 of our prayer for Wednesday is crucial, the request for focus and clarity in tasks. This prayer invites us to seek the discipline and mental clarity necessary to optimize our productivity at work and in studies. Too often the mind wanders. We are bombarded with distractions, and the to-do list seems endless. Asking for focus is a desire to have the ability to prioritize, organize our thoughts, and direct our energy towards what really matters. It is the search for that tunnel vision that allows us to immerse ourselves in an activity and complete it with excellence, without our minds jumping from one thing to another. Clarity in tasks complements focus. It is not enough to just concentrate. We need to understand the objective, the necessary steps, and the expected result. This clarity helps us avoid mistakes, save time, and make more assertive decisions throughout the day. It is like having a well-defined map for each stage of our journey, ensuring that we do not get lost along the way. As Wednesday unfolds, we are constantly faced with choices, big and small, that shape our day and even our future. That is why Theme 4 of our prayer focuses on wisdom in new decisions, an essential request for discernment in the choices that lie ahead. Wisdom is not just knowledge, it is the ability to apply knowledge in a practical and insightful way, especially when faced with the unexpected or multifaceted paths. In a day at work or in our personal interactions, we may encounter situations that require a quick response or careful deliberation. Wisdom means seeing beyond the obvious, considering the consequences of our actions, and choosing the path that will yield the best results for everyone involved. This theme invites us to pray for a clear mind, one that is not swayed by impulsiveness or pressure, but one that is able to evaluate, consider, and make decisions that are aligned with our values and goals. It is the search for that keen intuition that guides us, that inner voice that points us in the right direction. By praying for wisdom in our decisions, we are empowering ourselves to navigate the uncertainties of the day with greater confidence. May each choice we make this Wednesday be a firm step toward peace, productivity, and goodness, reflecting discernment that comes from a place of clarity and purpose. Life rarely follows a perfect script, and Wednesday, as the culmination of the work week, is especially prone to detours. That is why Theme 5 of our morning prayer is patience with the unexpected, an essential request to prepare us to deal with the unexpected. Unexpected events are part of our routine: an urgent email, a traffic delay, a meeting that goes on for too long, or even a technical problem. Without patience, these small interruptions can quickly become sources of stress and frustration, throwing our entire day off balance. Praying for patience is acknowledging our limitations in controlling everything and at the same time asking for the ability to accept and adapt with serenity. This theme invites us to cultivate a calm mind that does not react impulsively. It is about learning to take a deep breath before responding, to see setbacks not as insurmountable obstacles, but as an opportunity to practice flexibility and resilience. Patience allows us to maintain clarity and find solutions, instead of getting lost in irritation. On this Wednesday, may we face each surprise of the day with calm and good humor. May our patience be a shield against frustration, allowing us to navigate the waves of the unexpected with grace and efficiency, maintaining inner peace and focus on what really matters. In the whirlwind of the week, as we dedicate ourselves to tasks and interactions, feelings of vulnerability can arise. Therefore, Theme 6 of our prayer for Wednesday is a vital request for protection and security, both for ourselves and for our loved ones. It is a way of opening ourselves to divine protection in our daily lives, recognizing that there are greater forces that can support us. This theme goes beyond physical security, although it is essential. We ask for a shield against accidents, illnesses, and visible dangers that can arise in traffic, in the workplace, or anywhere. But we also turn to broader protection against negative influences, against envy, against evil, and against the traps that may try to divert us from our path of good. For the family, the request extends to children, parents, spouses, and all those we love. May they also be under a blanket of security, free from danger and anguish. It is a way of sending a wave of positive energy and care to the most important people in our lives, even when we cannot be physically by their side. By praying for protection and security, we are cultivating trust. It is the certainty that we are not alone and that there is a greater force watching over us and our loved ones. May this Wednesday, the feeling of support fill us, allowing us to live and work with greater peace and faith, knowing that we are protected from all evil. In the workplace, where much of our day is spent, the quality of relationships can directly impact our productivity and well-being. Therefore, Theme 7 of our Wednesday prayer focuses on harmony in professional relationships, a request to seek peace and collaboration in the workplace. The workplace is a space of constant exchange where different personalities, ideas, and objectives meet. Conflicts, disagreements, and lack of communication can create a tense atmosphere affecting everyone. Praying for harmony means wishing for an environment where mutual respect, understanding, and cooperation prevail. It is not about avoiding challenges or disagreements, but rather about facing them constructively, seeking solutions that benefit everyone. This theme invites us to be agents of peace. We ask for the ability to listen attentively, to express our opinions clearly and respectfully, and to reach out to collaborate, even with those with whom we have less affinity. It's about building bridges instead of walls, valuing each other's contributions, and recognizing that collective success often depends on the quality of our interactions. May your work environment be a place of growth and respect this Wednesday. May harmony in your work relationships flourish, allowing tasks to be carried out more smoothly and everyone to feel valued and part of a common purpose. In a world of varying opinions and rhythms, the ability to understand others is a superpower. Theme 8 invites us to pray for understanding and empathy, asking to develop the ability to understand and put ourselves in someone else's shoes. This goes beyond just listening. It's trying to see the situation through the other person's eyes, feeling what they feel, and recognizing that everyone carries their own baggage and perspectives. At work, at home, or in any social interaction, empathy dissolves misunderstandings and builds bridges. By praying for this, we are asking for a more open heart, a more flexible mind, and a more attentive listener. May we be agents of connection this Wednesday, transforming indifference into genuine interest and conflict into dialogue. Wednesday, at the height of the week, can bring an extra load of pressure and expectations, making stress and anxiety unwelcome companions. Theme 9 is a powerful invitation to release stress and anxiety, a prayer to let go of worries and ask for peace of mind. We recognize that not everything is under our control and that carrying the weight of the world can exhaust us. Praying for this release is an act of self-compassion and trust. It is asking for the mind to calm down, for racing thoughts to subside, and for excessive worry to give way to deep serenity. It is making room for lightness to fill our interior, allowing us to focus on the present and on solutions instead of problems. May peace of mind be our ally this Wednesday, and may stress and anxiety dissipate like clouds in the sky. Amidst life's uncertainties and challenges, having a solid foundation is essential. Theme 10 of our prayer focuses on strengthening faith, a request for a deeper belief in yourself and in the divine. Faith is not just a religious conviction, it is trust in something greater, whether it is a higher power, the purpose of life, or your own ability to overcome and thrive. When faith is strong, doubts lose power and fear diminishes. Praying for its strengthening is seeking an anchor for the soul, which keeps us steady in the midst of storms. It is reaffirming that no matter what happens, there is a strength, a wisdom, or a plan that sustains us. May your faith be renewed and deepened this Wednesday, becoming an inexhaustible source of hope, resilience, and peace. By midweek, many of our efforts are already in full swing. Theme 11 invites us to pray for the blessing of ongoing projects, that is, to consecrate work, and plans that are under development. Whether they are major professional projects, important studies, or even long-term personal plans, this is the time to ask for guidance at each stage. Praying for this blessing is seeking fluidity, clarity, and for paths to open up. We ask that persistence be maintained, that obstacles be overcome easily, and that the initial vision be successfully realized. It is placing every detail, every effort, and every expectation in the hands of the divine, trusting that the final result will be positive and aligned with the greatest good. May all your projects advance with purpose this Wednesday and reach their full realization. Life can bring us invisible and visible wounds. Theme 12 delves into the prayer for healing, covering the physical, emotional, and spiritual dimensions. This is a comprehensive request for any need for restoration in your life or the life of someone you love. Physical healing seeks relief from pain, illness, and the restoration of the body's health. Emotional healing focuses on overcoming trauma, sadness, anxiety, and hurt, seeking inner peace and resilience. Spiritual healing, in turn, aims to restore faith, purpose, and connection with the divine, dispelling doubts and strengthening the soul. By praying for healing, we make room for the energy of restoration to fill us, bringing relief, comfort, and complete renewal. May healing manifest itself this Wednesday where it is most needed, bringing fulfillment and well-being. Routine can sometimes dull the brilliance of new ideas. Therefore, Theme 13 leads us to pray for inspiration and creativity, an invitation to ask for new ideas and solutions to challenges. This is a call to awaken the creative spark that resides within each of us, whether for work, for solving everyday problems, or for artistic expression. Inspiration can come from unexpected places, and creativity is the tool that allows us to innovate, find alternative paths, and transform ideas into reality. As we pray for this, we ask that our minds be open to new perspectives, that our intuition be sharpened, and that our ability to see beyond the obvious be strengthened. It is a wish that monotony be broken by flashes of genius, and that every challenge become an opportunity to innovate. May inspiration and creativity flow freely this Wednesday, enabling you to see the world with new eyes and find brilliant solutions. Life becomes richer when we open ourselves to giving. Theme 14 invites us to pray for generosity in the heart, asking for the development of the willingness to share and help. In a world that often focuses on having, generosity is a powerful counterpoint. It is not just about material goods, but also about time, attention, knowledge, a smile, or a word of encouragement. Praying for generosity is asking for selfishness to diminish and for the impulse to contribute to the well-being of others to grow stronger. It is seeking a heart that rejoices in giving without expecting anything. In return, recognizing that true wealth lies in what is shared. May your generosity manifest itself this Wednesday in small and large actions, brightening someone's day and filling your own heart with joy. Holding on to grudges or guilt is a burden that prevents us from moving forward. Theme 15 leads us to pray for forgiveness, both for ourselves and for others, seeking liberation through the act of forgiveness. Forgiving does not mean forgetting or agreeing with what happened, but rather freeing ourselves from the pain, anger, and resentment that bind us to the past. This request covers two essential fronts. Forgiving others frees us from bitterness and allows us to rebuild bridges, or, if necessary, move forward with a light heart. Forgiving yourself is equally crucial, freeing yourself from self-condemnation for past mistakes and making room for self-compassion and growth. May the power of forgiveness flood your heart this Wednesday, bringing healing and a deep sense of peace. In addition to our personal concerns, the world around us cries out for harmony. Theme 22 prompts us to raise a prayer for world peace, pleading for harmony and a ceasefire in conflicts. In a global scenario often marked by tensions and wars, praying for peace is an act of hope and solidarity. It is a request for violence to cease, for dialogue to prevail over discord, and for compassion to replace hatred. Praying for world peace is recognizing our interconnectedness and the urgent need for healing for humanity. May our prayers unite in one voice this Wednesday, contributing to the construction of a more peaceful and fair future for all. To conclude this cycle of prayers, a moment to seal the prayer with a grateful heart. It is the reaffirmation that all intentions have been launched, all thanks have been given, and that you trust that your prayers have been heard. It is a closing that echoes the opening of the prayer, returning to the starting point of gratitude. An amen, which means so be it or so be it, is the final word that confirms your faith and positive expectation for the unfolding of the day and the week. May your Wednesday end with a heart overflowing with gratitude, sealing a blessed day and preparing you for a restorative rest. Finally, with total surrender and trust, we release control, handing over the rest of the week and the future into the hands of the divine, trusting in a greater plan. And we close with continuous gratitude and amen, sealing the prayer with the certainty that our intentions were launched and that grace accompanies us.